All right, have and have not fans, time for a not so much a theory, but as a discussion. Aside from the lack of the car accident, Justin and Jeffrey taking too much time, one of the biggest things people have been talking about is David Harrington's stupidity. And I've got to admit that David has been my favorite character for a good portion of the haves and have nots. I would say probably for the first 3 or 4 seasons, he was my top character, but he got reduced to like, I believe, second or third ranking on my top 10 list. But I know Catherine Cryer is my number one. But I feel like it's a bit too, and I use this term loosely, especially in the show like the haves and the have-nots, where a presidential elect will fall for a whore that he meets at a bar room in a hotel. Unrealistic that a woman you've met and known for the better part of maybe a couple of weeks, and that's just me highballing it, because we know that Erica and David have met, and I don't even want to say known each other for a few months in terms of our time, but in terms of the timeline of the haves and the have-nots, I mean, I know those two first met up when Candace was trying to tell Oscar, pretty much because this was after he took the money that she extorted from Jim. And then I remember Erica was literally in the middle of a dinner with a person she was trying to mark. And Candace is like, hey, drop everything. Here's a bigger fish for you to fry, David Harrington. And I believe this was around the time where Candace found out that David and Oscar were both at the campaign office, while they were shutting that down. And that's when, she decided this is your new mark. What I'm thinking here is, golly, two things I want to say. Biggest thing is, number one, you letting somebody like this into your life is not a smart move. You could chalk it up to David being emotionally unhealthy right now, given the fact that, as Veronica put it, your whore Maggie is dead. His wife is literally a sociopath / psychotic at this point. Your son is, struggling. Now, I wouldn't say struggling with being gay, but your wife isn't making it easy on him. So you want to look for companionship anywhere you can find it. I dare say that if he was at, like the hospital and met a hot nurse that was in distress, David would swoop in and those two would be together. You could say what you want about Jim and all his numerous prostitutes and whores and whatnot, but he never tried to turn a hooker into a housewife. He pretty much used them for what he wanted. I think he even told Wyatt this in a speech. It was when he was telling Wyatt about how, him and Catherine are fed up. And it's like, look, we're going to bury our daughter tomorrow. Then I want to carry my son to jail. It's kind of like, your father, Wyatt, is addicted to sex. Like, literally, women, I use them. I see a woman and I want them. And then as soon as I'm done with them, then that's it. But I guess it's the opposite for David, because he actually has a heart. So he quickly latches himself onto somebody a bit too soon. He doesn't know. It's not enough that those two just met not too long ago, as Erica said, like, you barely even know me. And it's just like, if I'm not mistaken, I don't even think, well, he might know her last name. I think she might have told him. Oh, well, I forgot. Because Oscar's like, hey, give me a little bit of time to work with her. Work on her, kind of look into her background, see who she is. He didn't allow him to do that. It's like, I have a gut instinct about this. And Oscar's like, yeah, you should usually follow your gut instinct, but he decided not to. And then you look at the fact that if you can trust her with your credit card and whatnot, I think he might have said that, hey, you know what? You can move in with me. You can take my card and get yourself a new wardrobe. But I just need 2 words. Thank you. The first and last name of your ex-boyfriend or ex-fiance. And she wouldn't do it. So I'm like, if she doesn't trust you with just a name, why would you trust her with your money as well as your home? I mean, I can go on. We do know that at some point Candace will be visiting this home, because we saw in the extended trailer that she pulls up and comes into the house. Remember that Candace said at this point you should definitely have his credit card, so you better get it. So we do know with that card, Candace is definitely going to use this to mark David. So I don't know what this means for Veronica. I'm just going to scratch her out of the equation for now. Not saying that she's dead, but we don't know much about the car accident. So we do know for now she's alive. We do know that she did want in with her plan, well, with Candace and Erica's plan to take down David. But I feel like this was just a really dumb move. More interestingly was the fact that Jim was only seconds away from meeting Erica. Fans are speculating that those two may know each other. And I like the fact that David wasn't going to introduce him, because knowing Dave, I love it because, you know, even though people think Jim Cryer is a jerk, which he really is, just the way he acts around David, we all have that one friend who never wants to pay for dinner and everything and just expects you, like, hey, give me some money. It's like they'll go to you because they know that you're the good guy who will give them the money and whatnot. It's just like, I loved it because it's like, there's plenty of cash right here. David, give me your card. You gave it to that. I thought he was going to say you gave it to that bitch, but he probably like, you know what? David's helping me out. I don't want to disrespect this woman, at least before I meet her. So we do know that Jim and Erica will meet up at some point. That's all I'm saying. So in terms of how that's going to go down, I don't know. But I'm just very, very, very surprised that this is going down like this in terms of those two moving in together. Because this scene from the extended trailer where we see David and Erica kind of kissing on the stairway, I was just like, okay, well, it looks like David got a new house. I don't know if they're living together, but it's more like he's probably let Erica stay with him. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what's going down. So with that being said, on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of how stupid it is to let somebody you don't even know move in with you, let alone this is the enemy, what would you rank David as? Let me know in the comments section below, and please subscribe because there are more videos on the way. David Harrington, my gosh.